1-2 Switch is a 2017 party video game by Nintendo that released as a launch title for the Nintendo Switch. I stole that sentence from its Wikipedia article, but point is, the original 1-2 Switch was a minigame collection that showcased the various capabilities of the Joy-Con controllers. 58 out of 100 on Metacritic. However, the title sold over 3.5 million copies, and because it was a first-party launch title priced at, $50, it was quite a success for Nintendo. As a result, rumors of a sequel have been floating around for the last year and a half or so. It's a little tricky finding some of this information online, as various pages and tweets were unfortunately not archived or just straight up deleted. But here's a brief timeline of those rumors. On February 4th, 2022, extremely unreliable leaker Zippo posted an article on his blog stating that a direct sequel to 1-2 Switch was in the works, and insinuated that it would launch later that year. This was shared on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, where one redditor named Keiko24 replied by saying that Zippo's post was piggybacking off an existing rumor being pushed by leakers Emily Rogers, Jeff Grubb, and Nate the Hate, as well as Andre Seegers of GameXplain. I couldn't find any sources on that, but Keiko24 ends their reply by saying that according to them, the game would apparently feature a horse. The ball really got rolling 4 months later when on June 7th, 2022, Imran Khan, former news editor of fanbyte.com, published an article titled The Wild Story Behind Nintendo's Unannounced 1-2 Switch Sequel. This article is definitely worth reading in full, and I linked it in the description, but to summarize its relevant points, Nintendo was working on a 1-2 Switch sequel that was so horrible that employees within the company were worried that the game would tarnish their reputation. The game was apparently inspired by the Jackbox series, where dozens and dozens of players could use their phones as controllers to jump into minigames. The minigames in the sequel, tentatively titled Everybody 1-2 Switch, would include modes such as musical chairs and bingo. Remember the bingo, it comes up again later. The whole package would be tied around a game show aesthetic, hosted by a man in a horse mask. The article goes on to explain that Nintendo executives were unsure of what to do with this bad game that they knew was bad, since box art was already printed and development was largely completed. Some execs wanted to ship the game out for the full $60, while others wanted to simply dump it on Nintendo Switch Online as a free game for existing subscribers. Jump forward almost 1 full year later, on June 1st, 2023, Nintendo tweets that Everybody 1-2 Switch would be releasing on the 30th of the month for $30. No screenshots, no trailer, just a brief description and a photo of the box art featuring a man in a horse mask. My God! This, to me, is a very funny situation, and I want to engage with the discourse surrounding it for a bit. I've seen folks online making a lot of sarcastic comments like, oh sure, this will ruin Nintendo's reputation, yet they've already released insert bad games here. But what you have to understand is that for the most part, those other bad games, such as some of the recent Mario spin-offs or Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, were developed by Nintendo's partners. Everybody 1-2 Switch, on the other hand, was developed entirely by Nintendo EPD4, an in-house studio that's responsible for some of the company's wackier titles like Ring Fit Adventure and Nintendo Labo, and everybody's favorite, Jump Rope Challenge! Point is, this will be a failure that falls entirely on Nintendo, with no other group of developers to point the finger at. Another thing I want to talk about is the small minority of fans online still arguing that the rumors might be false and this game might still turn out to be okay. Look, obviously we'll find out for sure in a few weeks, but come on, Nintendo didn't release a single screenshot. The box art has people holding their phones, the horse mask guy, the word bingo hidden at the bottom right. Remember the bingo? I told you to remember the bingo. Come on, the article is true, and the only way it isn't is retroactively, as in if Nintendo spent the last year fundamentally rebuilding this game. And I just don't think they did that. I think they decided to cut their losses, release it between Tears of the Kingdom and Pikmin 4 at a budget price, and move on. And that's the last thing that really stands out to me, the price. I find it really interesting that Nintendo settled on the $30. Based on the Fanbyte article, I was positive that this would be an NSO expansion pass thing. Nobody would care nearly as much if this was just a shadow drop for existing subscribers. But no, they decided that this game was worth as much as Game Builder Garage or double the price of Kirby Dream Buffet. And come on, that's just funny. I'm sure this game will be a critically reviled failure that'll be forgotten in a month, but if Nintendo thinks they can extract a little extra money from their diehard fans, more power to them, I suppose. Nintendo is a business just like any other company. They absolutely are not your friend, and they are not above selling a game that numerous playtesters refer to as horse shit for $30 American. But seriously, with all of that being said, please do not make yourself the butt of the joke here. Unless they actually did fix the game, don't buy it ironically, don't buy it to hold on to as a collector's item. Even if it's all a big stupid joke, can we please not reward Nintendo here? Let it live on as a funny footnote in their history, which will be even funnier if it's remembered as one of their worst selling games of all time to boot. Just please do not spend $30 on a game that features a generic horse mask that you can purchase right now for half the price. This is all really funny, but it'll be way less funny if you do.